Hello, it's Polish Pol VR, welcome to the channel. We are here today to do another episode of PSVR2 Showcase, my weekly show when we're looking at all the upcoming PlayStation VR2 games. The rules are simple. Every game needs to be confirmed or rumored for PSVR2, but mostly I'm talking about confirmed games. Also, you can see same game in multiple episodes, but it's always going to be new footage. Now, this is a showcase of some upcoming games, but of course the big Sony showcase happening this Wednesday on 24th, and I'm assuming we're gonna see something truly amazing. Anyway, let's get started, let's get going. And we begin from Pixel Ripped 1978, a very cool upcoming game. I'm really looking forward to trying this one out.
Started creating Pixel Ripped. It was a student project that she was doing very innovatively and very trailblazing. It was very early days in VR.
I met Ricardo, the CEO, back in 2016 in a VR event in Brazil. I was like already 3 years working on Pixel Ripped, so I was like, I need this final push.
And then she joined Arvory and we finished the game together and launched it.
The company started like, I remember like in this room, it was like a small place. And then we moved to this house, it was like 15 people.
Arvory actually has a team of 74 people now. We're working on multiple projects at the same time. At the peak of development, around 20 people were fully engaged with the game.
We have this relationship of like, we play the game, Ricardo goes to play it, and like, if something is like, we need to do this. And I tell him like, we need to make this better because this, and he totally gets it. It was really hard to find a partner that respects your design. He really cares about the product and really cares about the vision.
You could remove some bugs for me again. I might throw in a new feature for you.
A gente não precisa, a gente não tem uma folha em branco na nossa frente, né? A gente tá continuando um trabalho que já foi feito ali atrás, mas é bem desafiador, né? Porque a gente, ao longo desse tempo, a gente construiu uma fanbase. E essa fanbase tem opinião.
We want to create the best games and experiences possible that use the VR and XR medium to the fullest, both virtual reality, mixed reality, augmented reality, exploring the possibilities of this medium and all the affordances that it brings to create amazing games. So that has always been our focus and goal.
Nós aqui da área já temos bastante experiência, né, com criar jogos, né, para as nossas plataformas. Então, o que a gente tentou fazer dessa vez foi expandir um pouco o nosso leque de técnicas de arte e tudo mais. A gente tinha que criar muitos assets num mundo muito extenso, várias formas de jogo.
In Pixel Ripped 1978, we wanted to learn and know the expectations and we wanted to surpass them.
Acho que o mais importante quando você está trabalhando uma franquia que já tem um tempo é que você tem que respeitar o que veio antes e ao mesmo tempo você sempre tem que criar algo novo. Você tem que melhorar a arte, mas não pode melhorar tanto a ponto do personagem ficar reconhecível.
The biggest learning curve for me is the journey. Make sure our whole team knows the vision and can have fun creating this game, feel they're part of this too.
And now here we have Sushi Ben VR. According to the description, Sushi Ben VR is a slice of life anime sim where your favorite sushi bar is about to go out of business and it's up to you to save it. Loosely based on the life of the creator's friends, who he used to work with a sushi bar. The player's goal is to convince NPCs to eat with them at the sushi bar, with the hopes that they will become regular customers. But it won't be easy. So yeah, interesting title. Now listen, when it comes to sushi and me, I totally absolutely hate sushi and I cannot eat it because it just don't I can't swallow. It's too not tasty. But anyway, maybe you like sushi. I don't know. I still gonna play the game though. I don't know what I'm talking about here. No, it's a game in the end. I don't have to eat the game. You know, but VR is so immersive what it I think. I'm eating sushi and start gagging on fish. Anyway, moving on to the another game now, and we're gonna talk about something truly special. Something what many of you probably waiting for a lot. I'm gonna talk a bit about Aliens VR. Okay, so here we are on the game's website. To be honest, I wanted to have this game on the show because I want some bigger game on the show. So this is Aliens VR coming from Survios. Now, it's not out yet, so I've done a few videos about it. I spoke about pretty much everything, but let's maybe start thinking when we could see it. Also, before I go any further, this game comes to PC, console and VR, which indicates that VR is optional, which indicates this might be more of a full-fledged experience. I don't know. Now, Survios is mostly known for their arcade type of gameplay, but we see what they're gonna do it with that one. So last year, July 15th, 2022, we meant to see this game. So basically they said, thrilled to announce we working with 20th Century to develop a single player, which is I like, action horror aliens game for consoles, PC and VR. Okay, so it's action horror, so I'm assuming it's gonna be arcadey. And then they said, learn more during the Alien Expanding a Dark and Frightening Universe panel at San Diego Comic-Con, and that was 2022. Sadly, that thing didn't happen because of COVID. They couldn't do it, and then they spoke about the game. Apart from this, they said, due to COVID, Survios' TQ Jefferson will not be able to join the Alien San Diego Comic-Con panel as planned, which is as disappointed as the fans, and apologize for the extended wait for more details. We look forward to having TQ, the game's creative league, share details at a later date. And then, since then, we never heard nothing from the game. But it's been nearly a year, so this is Comic-Con, of course, San Diego. And this is happening on July 20th to 23rd. So I wonder if then we're gonna see some Aliens VR proper gameplay and info. Let me know what you think, or maybe it's gonna happen during PlayStation Showcase. That would be pretty cool as well, but let me know in comment section what you're thinking when you think this game will come out. I think it's gonna be something truly special, especially that they're using Unreal Engine 5. Okay, let's talk about some more games, and next one is X8. Now, this is a game that comes from the creators of Swords of Gargantua. PlayStation owners absolutely got disappointed by this game because of how fast the support for it and on PlayStation VR 1, but let's be honest, there was no player base probably for it. Now they released Altair Breaker. I don't know if it's still popular or not even. Is anyone playing Altair Breaker, or is that it? Is that everyone done with it? But also they working on X8, which the trailer you can see in the background. Now what's happening, as you can see probably on the screen, this studio basically releases all their games on Quest as well, and sadly, the let's say higher end headsets suffer because the games got this Quest feeling to them, especially when it comes to graphics and models. Even in the trailer you can see a nice pre-rendered trailer which looks decent, and then suddenly when you cut to the gameplay everything kind of fall apart a bit. But I don't know, maybe you're gonna want to play it. It's a 4 versus 4 game, so might be interesting to some. Now speaking about shooters, we're gonna move on to the next one, and we're gonna talk here about Vail VR, a game I spoke about a few times. So what's happening this time around is this is the latest trailer from the game, and what it shows is the updated graphics. They updated basically Unreal Engine to the latest version. So Vail VR is a virtual reality multiplayer competitive shooter, emphasizing tactical gunplay, high caliber combat and collaborative teamwork, introducing the ultimate VR shooter experience. This game come out on 17th of November 2022, and it's still in early access on PC. When you look at the Steam page, it's got mostly positive reviews from 671 people, but the latest reviews are not that great because just people don't like it. They found it a bit bland, and apparently the developers well, that's what they say. I'm getting confused here. I'm talking about reviews. Apparently the people who bought it, they feel like the developers was ignoring them. That's what I'm trying to come across here, but judging by this latest trailer, it looks like they listened to some stuff, because they updated the graphics, they updated the gameplay, and we see what's gonna come out from Vail VR. If you played it on PC, let me know what you think. Okay, another game, don't need to talk too much about it. This is Budget Cuts Ultimate. This is the first and second game bundled together for PlayStation VR2.
You're in terrible danger. People keep disappearing around here, and I hate to tell you, but they're coming for you next. You can make it, but you have to go now.
Please don't shoot me.
Attention. Rogue human alert. Human employee number 451 missing from designated workstation.
Run if you want, little piggy, but it won't save you.
Moving on to next game, this is Thief Simulator Greenview. Now, I spoke about this game last week in my PSVR2 news videos, but I want to speak a bit more. So, what's going on with this game is, first of all, let's speak about the trailer. It's coming from the Quest 2 version. So, obviously, the graphics are not that great, and it will look better on PlayStation VR 2. But anyway, I'm gonna read you just the description from the Quest page, so you know what to expect on PSVR 2, plus of course better graphics. So you're becoming a stealthy underground contractor in the sandbox open world city. Outsmart the NPCs by hiding, sneaking, climbing, stealing and hacking. Escape the police with realistic car driving. When I spoke about this game and put car driving in the thumbnail, people was like, what is this game? But it was Thief Simulator. Paint jobs and car customization. Enjoy realistic physics. Dive into minigames, expand your arsenal of tools, gears, gadgets and upgrades, observe your targets to avoid danger, become the best via progression based on levels, skills, system and RPG elements. Single player experience with marvelous replayability, that's what I like. VR experience for both casual and hardcore players seeking a true challenge. Perfectly comfortable and intuitive, you can play it standing, sitting and in room scale mode. Near to no motion sickness, developer says. Regular updates, okay. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking about that one. That's not everything. Moving on to next game. And now for all of you Minecraft fans who don't have Minecraft here, because it's not out on PSVR 2, this is CyubeVR, if I'm saying it right. I don't know if I'm saying it right. CyubeVR maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let me talk a bit more about this game, because this is very interesting. This is like, maybe let's go to the description. So, CyubeVR, okay, pronounced CyubeVR, I finally found out, is a virtual reality voxel game fully designed for VR. The world in CyubeVR is entirely procedurally generated, just like Minecraft. Enter a seed or let the game generate one for you, and explore a unique and detailed infinite world that no one ever saw before. Find your way through complex cave networks going deep into the ground, climb up huge hills to get a great view over the world, or to try build yourself a way up massive floating islands. All of that fully optimized for VR to get you the most blah blah blah. So you have to gather resources in the world and use those to build anything you have in mind. Allow your creativity and imagination to run free. Design a fortress on top of a mountain, construct a bridge to connect two floating islands, or dig yourself deep into the ground and work on complex underground structures. Experience building system exclusively optimized for room scale VR in a way that was never seen before. You can even move blocks after you have placed them. Nice. Thanks to room scale VR, you have a good coincidence for the workout you did when you can marvel on your new creation. In VR, there is no need for any UI, menus or buttons for crafting. Just use your hands and naturally craft tools and other items. There is some special features like gravity gloves, also dynamic weather is in the game, which is nice. Great building controls designed from the ground up for VR, so yeah, very very nice. And of course, you got your all interactions done by you. So very interesting title. If you enjoy Minecraft, but you don't have it, like I said, on PSVR2, then this is the one you want to keep an eye on. So hopefully it's coming soon. But yeah, very interesting title. I am assuming many of you will like what you just saw. Okay, moving on to next gate. It's because I'm gonna talk about Shadowgate. This is Shadowgate VR, Minds of Mythrok. This game, listen, Shadowgate. This is the series that was going for ages and ages. It's been happening since what, 80s, 90s, 70s maybe? I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, the VR version is coming to PlayStation VR2. Now, the VR version is out already on PC and Quest, I think, costing 20 quid, which is about $25. Not the great most popular game, since only got 13 reviews on Steam, so indicates that not many people bought it, and that was, you know, all the 13s. It's mixed, basically, that's the reviews. But anyway, what the developer saying is the first book in the Shadowgate saga, Shadowgate VR, The Minds of Mythrok, brings the hit adventure series to virtual reality. Step into the fantasy world of Cal Torlin like never before and immerse yourself in the exciting action adventure game made for VR. So yeah, now listen, like the VR publication, let's say, they gave it good reviews, like Gaming Trade gave it 90 and some other things. I don't know, if you are a fan of the series and maybe want to experience it properly, when I say properly, of course, that means in VR, then yeah, go and check it out. Now, let's move on to another game, and we're gonna talk a bit about Desperate Vladivostok, the game that coming to PSVR 1 and PSVR 2, and apparently this gonna be on the August 25th, 2023, so not that far away. But what is the meaning and what is the message? We're gonna talk about it because the game is out on Steam already and it's got positive reviews. So, this game used to be known as Russia 76 or Russia 77 or RU77, but of course now, especially that this is Ukrainian developer, no one wants Russia in the name of their games. So that's why they called it Desperate Vladivostok, which is much better. This is a bullet hell VR action in the post-Soviet era, filled with primal ultra-violence, furious fights and adrenaline gunfights. Immerse yourself in a world in which you are alone against everyone. So yeah, that's the meaning and the message. It's not the most expensive game, it only costs 12 quid on Steam. Now, this studio done Guns and Stories before. They also was working on Boiling Steel, which was pretty cool and I really enjoyed it on PC, but that game sadly went away somewhere and didn't happen. But Desperate Vladivostok might be alright if you like bullet hell. Okay, that's it for today's games. Let me know which one caught your attention. Let me know your prediction for the showcase from Sony. And of course, if you want to stay informed on everything PSVR 2, stay tuned to the channel. And if you buying yourself VR prescription lenses for your PSVR 2 or any other headset, make sure to go to vrrock.com and at the checkout type PaulVR, because then you get yourself 10% off, which is very nice. So yeah, but anyway, let me know about the games, and from me, that's it. Bye.